You ready?
Yep.
What's up, guys? I'm Tim with Junglebox, and today we are going to give you some tips and tricks on how to rescue a fruit fly culture gone bad for those of you that keep dart frogs. We keep a lot of dart frogs in the shop because we grow very specialty plants for terrariums and vivariums. Oftentimes we get a fruit fly culture that kind of blooms, if you will, all of the flies hatch, but there's really no medium left in the bottom to keep them healthy and happy for very long. And you'll oftentimes get a culture that kind of looks like this. It's this one popped like last week. There's still a bunch of flies. I know it's kind of hard to see. There's a bunch of flies in there, but look at the media. That top layer is pretty grody. Doesn't have a lot of nutrition left in it. There are new larvae in the bottom of this cup, and there's a ton of flies in here. The problem is that these flies don't have much to eat, and so that old adage, you are what you eat, your frogs aren't gonna wanna eat these, or they're not gonna get a lot of nutrition from them because they're not fat, happy flies. You want good, healthy fruit flies for good, healthy frogs. So here's how you're gonna rescue this culture and give it another life. You're gonna take your fruit fly media. We use Josh's Frogs. Shout out to Josh's Frogs. It's the easiest and best we've come across, and we don't like to mess with a good thing. So you're gonna mix that up like you would mix up when you're making a culture, but instead of putting it in a cup, you're gonna put it in a Ziploc bag. You're gonna cut that corner right there, like we have already done, off of the Ziploc bag and use it as like an icing bag. For anybody that is into cooking, you know what that means. So you're gonna hold it in your hands like this. You're gonna pop the top off of this culture, tap those flies down in there, take this off. You're gonna give this a big old squirt in there. And it should be a fairly good amount. If you don't put enough of this in there, it's gonna dry out. So you wanna make sure that you get enough in there, just like that. All right, now in a couple of days, you're gonna notice almost instantly, within a couple of minutes, all the flies are gonna start to pile on top of that media and start eating. They're hungry, they're ready to go. And in another couple of days, the maggots in the bottom are gonna have reached up here, they're gonna crawl up here, get into that media, and it's all gonna start to settle to the bottom again. This is a culture that we did that to, all right, about 3 days ago. So look at all of the brand new larvae on the side. This thing had already popped, it had already done its thing, it looked like the other one, and now it's got a whole nother life cycle to it. And the flies that are in here are fat and happy and are gonna be great feeder insects for our dart frogs. So that was your tips and tricks on how to rescue a fruit fly culture gone bad.